The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. For 50 years, it's been the undisputed king of the luxury sports watch, a masterpiece that saved a company and defined an entire category. But the king's crown is slipping. Its value has plummeted, collectors are walking away, and its rivals are quietly outclassing it. Today we're breaking down the hard facts to show you why the Royal Oak is the most overrated watch in modern horology. If you enjoy analysis that looks past the hype, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. The conversation around the Royal Oak is changing, and it's changing fast. The speculative bubble that sent prices into the stratosphere has burst, exposing some serious cracks in the brand's foundation. While its history is legendary, we need to look at the watch and the brand as they exist today. And the picture isn't as perfect as the marketing suggests. First, let's talk about brand stagnation. Audemars Piguet's success has become its creative prison. The brand's identity is almost entirely consumed by the Royal Oak and its direct spin-offs, the offshore and the concept. This isn't just an opinion. Look at their catalogue. This intense focus on a single 50-year-old design stands in stark contrast to its main competitor, Patek Philippe. Patek has a rich portfolio with the Calatrava, the Golden Ellipse, and the Aquanaut. Their success isn't tied to one model, which is why they could confidently discontinue the wildly popular steel Nautilus. AP's attempt to break the mold, the Code 1159, has largely failed to capture the imagination of collectors, leaving the company perceived by many as a one-trick pony. The brand that famously broke the rules in 1972 seems content to just master that same old rule over and over again. Next, we have to talk about the market. For the last few years, the Royal Oak wasn't just a watch. It was a financial asset. At the peak of the frenzy in early 2022, a standard steel model could trade for nearly $235,000. But that bubble has burst spectacularly. Since that peak, average secondary market prices for Audemars Piguet's most traded watches have plummeted by over 70%. What's more telling is how AP is performing against its rivals. In the second quarter of 2025, while the market was stabilizing, AP's prices continued to fall by 1.3%. In that same period, Rolex dropped by only 0.2%, and Patek Philippe prices actually rose by 1.1%. For the first time since 2022, Audemars Piguet as a brand is trading at an average discount of 1.3% below its retail price. In contrast, Rolex and Patek maintain healthy premiums of 12.3% and 5.6%. While the flagship steel Royal Oak still sells for a premium, the brand's other collections, like the Offshore and Code 11.59, are trading at steep discounts of 23% and 33%. This information is for educational purposes and is not financial advice, but the data clearly shows the Royal Oak's valuation was tied to a speculative mania, not a sustainable assessment of its worth. This market weakness is fueled by one of the biggest complaints against the brand: the customer experience. Getting a steel Royal Oak from a boutique isn't about getting on a list. It's about playing the game. This means building a purchase history by spending significant money on less desirable models, often the same ones that are performing poorly on the secondary market. Customers are frequently guided toward a Code 1159 or an Offshore, effectively forcing them to absorb thousands in depreciation just for a chance to buy the watch they actually want. Some collectors report being told they'd need a spend history of $300,000 or a history of buying 5 other APs just to be considered. This strategy doesn't reward passion. It rewards massive spending, alienating true enthusiasts and creating a toxic system that has pushed many of the most loyal diehards away. Even if you get one, the ownership experience itself presents a paradox. The Royal Oak is the original luxury sports watch, but it's remarkably fragile. Its iconic design is a scratch magnet. The large, flat satin brush surfaces and sharp mirror-polished bevels, the ring around the crystal, are stunning, but they show every single mark. Unlike a curved Rolex case that can hide minor wear, any bump on a Royal Oak is immediately visible, creating constant anxiety for the owner. Many of these sports watches become safe queens, hidden away in a box. This directly contradicts the idea of a versatile, go-anywhere timepiece. Its water resistance at just 50 meters is adequate, but falls far short of true sports watches. For a watch that's so easy to scuff, the maintenance is expensive. A simple cosmetic refinishing of the case and bracelet costs 450 Swiss francs. It's a watch many owners are too afraid to wear. Finally, when you compare the Royal Oak to its modern rivals, its weaknesses become even clearer. The Vacheron Constantin Overseas is simply a more practical and versatile watch. It has triple the water resistance at 150 meters, anti-magnetic protection, and a brilliant interchangeable strap system that comes standard. You can swap from a steel bracelet to rubber or leather in seconds without any tools. It makes the Royal Oak's single, non-adjustable integrated bracelet feel outdated. The Patek Philippe Nautilus, its sibling also designed by Gerald Genter, is seen by many as a more refined and comfortable design, backed by a brand with a much deeper and more stable horological catalogue. The Royal Oak is trapped by its own success. While its competitors have innovated with user-focused features for the 21st century, AP is forced to preserve the 1972 design, leaving it outmaneuvered. So to recap, Audemars Piguet has become dangerously over-reliant on a 50-year-old design. The watch's market value has been exposed as a speculative bubble that has performed worse than its peers in the downturn. And on a practical, technical level, it's a fragile sports watch that has been objectively surpassed by its modern competition. The Royal Oak is a legend, but its current reputation has outgrown its substance. Now I want to hear from you. You have the budget for one Holy Trinity sports watch. Based on practicality and modern features, are you choosing the Vacheron Constantin Overseas, or do you stick with the iconic design of the Royal Oak?